Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be looking at some stuff I've been given by a friend who had it in his attic for 40 years or so, and sadly he's no longer with us, and he passed away beginning of August. He knew he's been ill for a while and he knew he was dying, so he got somebody to get the stuff out of his loft, and he asked me if I'd take it, and he gave it me. So let's have a look at what we've got. The first one is a loco, and it's Winston Churchill. And 462, and I believe this is in the war class. Running number there, 34051, and British Rail emblem. You see, now you can, and luckily, because at one point Triang did decrease the depth on these wheels, and this will run on modern track. These aren't all, but this must have, just looking at it, this must have been just at the time that Triang just decreased the depth slightly, and just that little bit makes it run on modern track. So I've obviously stripped it down and serviced the engine motor, the XO4 motor it is, and she runs great. So all that time stowed away, she was in a suitcase. She's not in bad nick actually. There is a bit of damage here, and there's a buffer missing. But I'm actually in the process of pairing one that I got from Hatton's, and this, funny enough, this has the same damage. Part of the buffer beam's missing, and obviously the buffer's missing. But the way you can get around it is if you use some blue tack, shape it into more or less the fitting with the rest of the body, and then put some super glue on the blue tack once you've shaped it, leave it overnight, and it dries solid. It'll dry as hard as this plastic. It looks strange at the moment because obviously it has to be painted and then blended in, and I'll get a buffer once I've finished done all the painting, and then I'll put the missing buffer on there, And this is what I'll do to Winston here, Winston Churchill. I'll do exactly the same. This area here. But apart from that, I take it must have got dropped or something. You can see the decals are alright. You can read the running number. Same on both sides. I mean, you can get second-hand bodies for this, but it's in such good condition I think I'll just repair that. That'll be okay. And just come with a tender. So again, it's in good condition. Plastic wheels, as they did them days, Triangle. But they're not the open axle boxes, so I can actually change them, metal ones. That's all I have to do to this, because everything else is there, the steps are there. So yeah. Yep, should be a good addition, I think, to my railway. Let's have a look at the next loco. Put this down here. O40 Triangle. And there's no damage to this at all, but well, that's not so bad. Running number 7 on this side, but on this side they have virtually disappeared. You can see. So I don't know if you can still get transfers to that. If you can, then I'll redo it. There's no damage at all to this. It's got buffers, front and back, couplings. I mean, they made millions of these Nellies, the old 40s, Triangle. Serviced it, and XO4 motor again, straightforward. Clean the pickups here. She runs great, but unfortunately she has the deeper trough here on the wheels, and she won't run on modern track. She runs on Super 4 track. But I got all his track as well. I got all his Super 4 track, and I've put it on some board. So I have a section of Super 4 track, and she runs great on it. And I have other old Triangle locals that will only run on Super 4 as well, so it was worth. I've just done a two tracks oval on a board. You can run them round it. So they've been brought back to life after all this time. And we'll have them running later. I'll show you them running. I'm quite pleased with the locos. Now, I've got a load of rolling stock freight. I've never seen this before. Logs, obviously. I've lashed them down as they would have been in the real thing. They would have been lashed down. They wouldn't just have shoved logs on it. But with this you can, if you didn't lash them down, you can take them round and it will tip. There's a tripper there, and as you go round the track there's a thing that trips it, and that tips the logs out. But I'd rather have them lashed down, so I don't want the logs tipping all over. And again, it's plastic wheels. Open axles. You see the open axles. Just zoom in a bit. There, the open axles where you can actually see. And they're more difficult to change them. It can be done. You have to push the axles out to get them out. That's a bit more tricky, but I may have a go at that sometime. And put metal wheels on there. But yeah, I've never actually seen this one, so they are in good nick. I don't usually run anything with plastic wheels on there, but I'll make an exception. They'll all run on modern track, these plastic wheels. They're not a problem. As you can see, they're not deep like they are on the locos. They'll go over the points and everything. It's no problem. It's just plastic. I mean, this is how it was then. Obviously a cheap way of doing things, but the trouble with the plastic is they're a lot noisier and they will transfer dirt around your layout. And the dirt won't stick to them. So if they get any dirt on them, whereas with the metal ones it will stick to the wheel and you just clean the wheels. These plastic ones, they'll just transfer everything onto your track, onto your layout. That's why I don't like them, but I will run them. We'll make an exception. So yeah, it's a good addition. next one. With liquid chlorine. A tanker. Again, it's in fantastic condition. Nothing's broken, the ladders are there. Quite unusual that. You usually find, you know, these get broke. Yeah, but they're metal, them, interestingly. As you can see, it's both sides of this. Fine. Again, plastic wheels. But if you look at the axle boxes, they're closed type, so you don't have to push the axle out. Is all you do. You put a screwdriver in here, you just force this bogie. The screwdriver, there's a little bit of play in the bogie, and they just slip out. But you can't do that with the open axle boxes. But you can with these, the closed ones. So these came later. This will be a later. Oh yeah. I'm very surprised at how good condition they're in. Obviously being in a case has kept them decent. Brake van. I'm sure we've all seen this, haven't we? Triangle brake van. These have got the open axle boxes here. So you need something to push the axles through. It's the only way of getting them off. You can't prise these off. But it's in good condition. Made in England. As they were then. A little bit dust inside, needs get a brush, get that out. All the lettering's still there, 20 ton, brake van. All the buffers are intact. Couple is slightly, hook slightly, and it still works. And that. Insulfish fan. I've seen this many a time. Insulfish there. So they're in great condition. Triangle. You can see that. plastic wheels. Again with the open axle boxes. And you can actually see the axle. There's no way you'd be able to prise that out, so it has to be pushed out like that. Rail mail, posters, and this is the one mechanism here to open the doors. Sacks of mail fall out to a container. Again, you have a thing on the track that trips this as it goes around. Obviously I'm not going to be manoeuvring with anything like that, but again it's in great condition. All there. Look at the length of that coach compared to what we get now, eh? What would that be? 9 inch, is it? I think. I think 9 inch. I haven't got my tape measure with me, so. There's that. And these coaches, first class. Again, it's in great condition. Yeah. The open axles. Triangle. But it's all there. What would that be, 10 inch? Sure, where's that Royal Mail one? It's actually I think that'd be about 10 inch now, wouldn't it? I think that is 9 inch. And then another coach. So this would be second class, wouldn't it? Great. Got the open axle boxes, so they can be prized out and metal ones put in. And there's another box here. Now this did get me interested. I have seen this. This is a NATO set. Well, actually, I've only seen this on John's Amazing Trains. He did a video on it, and he said it was never issued as a set. And you had to buy individually. And the helicopters still got the, I don't know what you call that, but they're usually broken off, aren't they? You wind up the mechanism, yeah, this mechanism, and you flip trigger. Once you've wound it up, you flip that, the helicopter shoots off, and you would have something by the track that would trip that as it went round. That trips, and it works. The mechanism still works. NATO. You call that a fin? Back fin, I think. Tail fin or whatever. But this is all intact. So that one. This one. This is the missile. The missiles are missing, but it does still work. You have a missile there, you push that in, the missile sits on it, and you see this trigger here, this little trigger. It's there, and that would fire the missile off, but the missiles are missing. So you can still get them on eBay. Not that I'd be firing the missiles, but I would just have them sat on here. That's that. And the final NATO one. I think they call this the searchlight wagon. Yeah. And it's still got the, is that a radar dish? Now I took the bulb out of this and fitted an LED. Straightforward. The bulb looked knackered anyway, and I don't like things with bulbs. I'd rather have LEDs, so it's just straightforward swap. It's got a resistor, so it doesn't blow the LED, and the plastic wheels, but there's obviously two metal ones which pick up from the track. It's the actual, there they are, you see on the axles there. The wheels are plastic, but there's this brass there. Oh sorry, no. Of course they're not plastic. The wheels can't be plastic. The wheel won't pick up current. These two are the metal. These two wheels here. And the axle has a brass in there. The other one. And there's where the pickups are, you can see them. That little wire. Which rests against each wheel. Well, with me picking that up. And that's what sends the current through these wires to the LED. And on this bogie there should be the same, so that would pick up one side of the rail, and there they are, the top on that bogie. As you can see, it's opposite rails, obviously, your positive and your negative, and them pickups are quite crude, and when she's sat on the track it's perfect, but as she's going round you sometimes lose that contact. The LED will just flash because obviously she's in, for a millisecond she's not. You can put a cap in, and that would eliminate the flashing then, because the cap, as soon as she lost power, the cap would provide the power for, you know, a couple of seconds, and that would eliminate the flashing. But it looks quite good actually, flashing as it goes round. It's like a strobe, it's a very quick flash. Anyway, you'll see that when we do it. So that's the NATO set. Well, was it a set? Obviously just bought them individually. There's a seven plank wagon, I think they call it. Again, it's in great condition. It's got the open axles. So there's another one. This is the old Triang track cleaner. Yeah, the permanent way department. And the way it works, the pad here, you pull the pad down when you want to clean the tracks, and you put some cleaning fluid on, and then send it round a few times, get a local to send it round, and this gets black. And if you put it in a washing machine, comes out spotless. That's how I. Eventually they will wear these, and you can still buy new pads for it. But yeah, they're really good for parts of the layout which are not easily accessible, tunnels, things like that, and they do get quite a bit of muck off. But I have a Dapple cleaning car which has the Hoover and the abrasive pad, the Hoover. So you send it round, abrasive pad, that like gets the crap off, and you send it round with the Hoover attachment, that hoovers everything up, and then you put the polishing pad on and put some cleaning fluid on that. Well, actually you put it in the top, and it sends the fluid to the pad, and then you send that round and it polishes your rails. So I'll probably never use this, but we go in the collection, and I can easily change the wheels on this because they're closed type. So in fact there's two of these, both identical, and I suppose you could put a tractor on there or something, couldn't you? Low loaders, I don't know, I mean you could put a container on here. I used to use these low loaders for that type of thing. Tractor, but I would imagine a container go on there. I've put these cars on, and of course they're all about, but these stop them from rolling off, and this ridge at the side so you could use them as a car transporter if you wanted. There's two of them, like I say, these two. Now, so we've seen everything in there, everything in this box. But talking of car transporters, the Triangle tail wagon. Now I have a couple of these anyway, which were given me from the Carabella train. That's another train set I was given by a friend at work, and that had been in a garden shed for years, and this will go with them. So I've got 3 of these now, these tail wagons, and there's 2 Minex cars in the bottom. And there would have been 4 on the top here, so there's 6 out, it would have been 6 altogether, but obviously they've gone. So, and I've put metal wheels on this because I have metal wheels on the other tail wagon, so I've already changed these over. Simple job, because as you can see here, the closed axles type, so that's them. Now let's have a look at the let's tilt that up straighter. Let's have a look at the best, as I say. And these were boxed. Now when something's kept in a box, it's usually a good sign. The old triangle box from gotta be the 60s, on it, sometime in the 60s. When I seen these, as I opened the case and clocked these, I thought, there's 3 of them. Oh, there's got to be something good in them. Was it a loco? Nope. Let me show you that. It's the Transcontinental, and these are mint, and I mean mint. There's not a mark on them. They're the green ones. This is the passenger coach. Look at that beauty. Transcontinental. Triangle Transcontinental. Absolutely mint. Got the original plastic wheels on, which you can change because they're not the open axle boxes. Look at that. And this is the colour. It's very sought after. You often see these, but not this colour, on eBay. And these are the ones that collectors want, this colour, green. They go for top money, especially in this condition. And the number is R335. It's called the Tone Green something with seats. So I thought, is it a set? Or has it just got 3 coaches? No. So that was the passenger coach. And this, let's put that down. Again, original box, perfect condition as well, and yeah, it's the Vista Dome. The observation dome. Again, it's completely mint. Completely mint. So these are a great addition. There's one more. What's good about these coaches, the rolling stock, it all runs on modern track, so I can again, it's in its original box, made in England by Volvet Scale Models Limited. Trying. So I thought, well, what's this one? It's the diner. Of course it is. Yeah. You see that? Mint condition. See all the tables inside. Fantastic. I'm really pleased about them. I don't have a transcontinental loco, but I'll get anything to pull them. I'll let Winston pull them. Doesn't matter. Model railway, I know it's not prototypical, but I may get Triumph transcontinental loco. That would have pulled them. So there's a diner, passenger coach, and the observation coach, Vista Dome I think they call it. All in the green. I know why people like that colour, that particular colour. I mean, they did them in other colours, but they really look good on the layout. Because I have run them round, and you'll see them anyway. We'll run everything. I think there's one other thing. Yeah. This is a triangle power unit. Now I have got the proper triangle transformer that he used. I'll show you that, that's up in the layout. But he would have had, like I've laid out, two radiuses, you know, two tracks. So he may have used this to control, so he could control each track independently, because the triangle transformer is for a single track. I'll show you that anyway. But if he wanted to control the second track independently, he would have needed another transformer, obviously. And she is. So you've got high and low resistance. Forward, reverse. That's in case you get a short. Reset, as it has protection, circuit protection. The transformer, the triangle transformer he's got, has the controlled output for one track, but it also has a 12 volt uncontrolled output, which could have fed this, because this would have needed to have been fed with 12 volts, and then this end connects to your track and you control the voltage going through by turning the knob. So 12 volts comes in this end, and whatever you decide comes out of that end. That's how it works. So you don't plug that into the mains, that has to be fed by 12 volts. So he would have had his uncontrolled 12 volts going in here, and then controlled coming out of here. So it would have been constantly fed with 12 volts this. And I can remember my dad had some of these, I'm sure. It looks familiar. I was very young, but they do look familiar, these. Still in its original box. Yeah, it actually says circuit control unit. Yeah. RP42 was its number. Circuit control. Running power units. Volvex Industries. We've got a well, I actually, not that I'd use it. I've got far better controller than that, but just to see if it still works. There's also a signal gantry, which I've actually put on the layout. I've put that already on the layout, you'll see that. So what we'll do now, this video It's obviously getting on a bit. We'll do a second video. We'll have everything running. You'll see everything running, and I'll show you the track, the Super 4 track as well, because we'll run Nelly on that, because no point in putting her on modern track. Every time she comes to a point, she'll just, and she doesn't run very well on modern track anyway. So, but on the Super 4, I've tried her on the Super 4 track, she's perfect. But we're all right with Winston. Like I say, I've been a bit lucky there. So, if you look how deep and wheels are, I mean, because Super 4 track is much bigger than modern track, so they had quite a different wheel setup. So, okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. Amazes me. I mean, I wonder how many train sets are in lofts. I bet there's millions, isn't there? But at least this stuff would now be back in use. Because it's a shame, really, for things like this to be just shoved in a loft. Okay, thanks for watching, and like I say, we'll do a second video and we'll have them running round. Okay, bye.